flash flood watch was issued for downtown Charleston in South Carolina due to heavy rain and high tide. The National Weather Service office in Charleston said a flash flood watch was needed after radar showed heavy rain and thunderstorms moving across the region. The primary concern is the combination of heavy rainfall, up to 1 to 2 inches, and the concurrent high tide, the NWS said. Watch out for flooded roads. The Charleston County Emergency Medical Services said it was moving to modified operations due to flooded roadways in the downtown Charleston area. Our ambulances and supervisors are responding to calls for service as safely as conditions allow, Charleston County EMS said on Facebook. Officials said modified operations meant any patients requiring transport would be taken to the closest appropriate hospital. We encourage everyone to stay off the roads until floodwater recedes, unless travel is necessary, officials said. If you encounter flooded roads, please don't drive or wade through them. According to reports, flooding in Charleston has forced officials to close several roads in the area, and travel is being discouraged. There are also reports of vehicles that have become stranded in floodwaters. The NWS said up to an inch of rain has already fallen, and additional rainfall amounts up to 3 inches are possible. According to the Fox Forecast Center, a trough will drift northeast along the mid-Atlantic coast, supporting more organized thunderstorms. Slow-moving and repeating storms could dump 2 or more inches of rain per hour. Flash flooding remains likely along the Carolina coast through early Tuesday morning, before shifting to the southern Appalachians by Tuesday and Wednesday. The storm threat will continue across much of the South by Tuesday, but coastal locations should finally get a break from the heaviest rain. Heavy rain this morning left parts of downtown Charleston flooded, shutting down dozens of streets. I have never seen it this bad, said Min Nguyen, a Charleston resident. The flash flood hit fast, and the Charleston Police Department reported 29 streets closed due to the flooding. I have never seen something like this before in all the years I've been around. I've never seen a flood like this, said Joel Lee, a Charleston visitor. Police responded and worked as quickly as they could to monitor the situation and shut down roads that were impassable. However, some residents got stuck. Min Nguyen was driving with her children down Ashley Avenue before road closure signs went up. Her car suddenly turned off due to the floodwater, which she said came quickly and was worse than usual. I never seen it like this, to be honest. I've never seen this, but I come over here and I saw all the people turn, so I turned with them and there was no sign. I asked one of the city's workers why they didn't block Ashley and Calhoun. He said, "Because the sign is floating," said Nguyen. Streets like Ashley Avenue, King Street, Rutledge Avenue, and others are the most flood-prone. Resident of Monk's Corner, Tyron Wade, said most of the parking garages around MUSC were at capacity, and he had to be rerouted multiple times due to the floods. This rainstorm, flash flooding, is really causing problems here. We attempted to park in the handicapped lot at Rutledge Tower, but it was full to capacity, so they rerouted us off to the side streets, said Wade. The city of Charleston said they've been preparing since last week, with crews inspecting flood-prone areas, clearing out storm drains, deploying temporary pumps, and staging crews at vulnerable intersections. The city provided us a statement, which said in part, today's closures represented a significant improvement from the 60 or more closures we've typically experienced in similar conditions. Officials remind everyone even a little bit of floodwater can turn dangerous quickly. They're urging everyone to turn around and not drown. A wave of torrential rain on Monday rolled through Raleigh and parts of central North Carolina. Parts of downtown Raleigh saw the worst of the flooding, with rain submerging some intersections and forcing some drivers to turn around on Harrington Street at West Johnson Street near the Smoky Hollow district of Raleigh. In North Raleigh, some neighbors got stuck in their parking lots due to the intense rain and flooding. Jessie, Barnett, and Katherine Bardzel said they walked to their workout class earlier Wednesday evening, but the flooding forced them to take an Uber ride home. "It's been a monsoon," Barnett said. "I'm sure there are hazardous road conditions." Elsewhere around Wake County, the Wake County Sheriff's Office had to block off Marks Creek Road after rain flowed over the road. Wake County on Monday wasn't the only county the storms hit. In Goldsboro, Carolina Street, Ash Street, and the north end of the town were flooded. While the rain slowed for many in the evening hours of Monday, some areas are still experiencing flooding. Monday's flooding has been part of a wet and sticky pattern for much of the summer around North Carolina. The wet days started in July, when Tropical Depression Chantal ripped through North Carolina, causing intense flooding and millions in storm damage in Chapel Hill, Durham, and around central North Carolina. Beth Rivera, who works on Harrington Street in Raleigh, said the rain this summer has been some of the worst that she's seen in North Carolina. "I've been in that building for 4 years now, and I've never seen that specific corner flooded before," Rivera said. "It was pretty shocking. A lot of cars were stopping to back up and turn around." More rain was dumped on central North Carolina to start August, with 2 people in Nash County dying after they were swept away by floodwaters in Spring Hope. In between the rain at the start of July and the recent rain to start August was one of the most intense heat waves on record in the state, with extreme heat warnings for at least 6 days in a row. In Apex, a week earlier, flooding washed away part of Olive Chapel Road, and it could take months for it to be repaired. "We live downtown, so we usually walk everywhere," Bardzel said. "It was really tough the last few months, and not being able to just walk to the grocery store or walk to work out." Police officers are advising drivers if they see flooded roads, they should turn around, don't drown, adding that if you are questioning how deep the water is on the road, you should probably avoid it. Florida has been under a wet weather pattern for several days. First, we've had a stationary front that has brought instability across the north and central region of the state. Across South Florida, some of this instability from the stationary front has also disrupted standard weather patterns and produced some minor floods across some cities. There is also a weak tropical wave that has been crossing the state on Saturday and has brought heavy rounds of rain in the Florida Keys and South Florida. This tropical wave continues to move across central Florida as the stationary front dissipates. Expect the heaviest showers and thunderstorms to impact central and north Florida once again on Sunday, increasing the risk for flash floods. Overall, weather conditions are slowly improving along the Florida Straits. It's back to school, or at least the first whole week for many Florida students, and it will be one with higher than average rain and storm chances. Let's start the forecast from south to north. Heavy rounds of showers and thunderstorms will continue to impact much of central Florida. This also includes southwest Florida, where the instability will continue to be present, increasing the shower and thunderstorm activity throughout all hours of the day. This does not mean that the showers will be consistent all day, but that they could pop up at different times of the day. The rain and mostly cloudy skies will keep the temperatures slightly below average for this time of year. Expect this trend to continue at least through Wednesday before a high-pressure system builds over the area, decreasing the rain chances but increasing the temperatures just in time to finish off this week. Rainfall each day will be between 1 and 2 inches, with some areas, especially across the western half of central Florida, that could receive between 4 and 5 inches in isolated areas. Flash flood risk will continue, especially across the west coast of Florida through the Panhandle, through Tuesday morning. It has been quite wet this weekend. Showers have been more pronounced since late Saturday afternoon and are expected to continue through the rest of the weekend. Overall, higher than average chances will continue to be in store at least through Wednesday. For the second half of the week, we're expecting to go back to the typical summer afternoon pattern where the sea breezes are the ones that drive the thunderstorm activity, mainly inland.
Yeah, I think it's a tornado.
We forecast a high-pressure system that will take over, likely by the end of this work week, which will decrease shower and thunderstorm activity to about a 30% chance in the afternoons. However, this will also allow the temperatures to soar and heat indices that could reach at least 103 degrees Fahrenheit.